Greetings, disc golf fans. We are back with the final round coverage of the FPO 2019 Green Mountain Championships. Once again, my name is Gabriel Dow, and I'm here back on the mic with Bobby Cox.
How's it going, everyone?
So far, we have a good race going here. Sarah and Kristin are only 4 strokes within each other, so we've got a nice little race going here towards the back 9. We've also got a battle going on here with 4th place as well, between Paige and Hailey. So should be some exciting golf. We have a lot of holes, lots of OB to contend with. So hopefully we can see Sarah pull out the win here.
I want to play this course so bad. I don't know about you. It's such a beautiful course.
Yeah, it is.
I'd like to play it like a casual round without the OBs, but you know.
Right. Hole 10, this is a par 3, 295 feet, 90 meters. Most of these ladies are either going to be throwing a forehand, hyzer, or a turnover shot. You really just have to be careful of going too long or going too right because there is OB on the left, right, and deep of the basket. So
yeah, this is actually the second easiest hole for this final round. Averages exactly at 3, so right on par.
Rebecca threw a great shot, and this is looking really nice from Hailey as well.
Kind of just stuck, didn't get any ground action.
Yeah, well, she hit the bottom of the hill there, and when you hit the bottom of a hill on that hyzer line, it tends to just stop. So she needed to get that one up a little bit higher, and
Kristin
with a really nice shot.
Crap out of that. This is looking pretty nice here by Sarah. Yeah, she's just a little bit farther up than Hailey, I believe. Oh, maybe not.
A little bit behind.
Yeah, maybe not. It's crazy seeing her putt on like an elevated terrain because her putt's so high, like in general.
Yeah.
And then she just has to launch it even higher.
Yeah.
Got Hailey for birdie. Just missing a little bit right.
Yeah. Here is Rebecca for her too.
Oh, yeah.
And that will move her to 7 big.
What was that?
Was that grass?
I don't know what that was.
In the cage?
It was was it grass or like a vine? I couldn't really tell.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm glad she cleared it out for the rest for, card mates.
Hailey makes par. She's definitely not happy with that, with how close she was on her first shot.
Yeah, and after that front 9, she's really just birdie or die mode at this point.
Yep. Kristin with a park job, moving herself to 4 big, and she is now only 3 back of Sarah going into this.
Getting close.
The rest of these 8 holes here. Hole 11, this is a par 4, 500 feet. You really just want to throw a straight shot on this right side with a left finish. You want to stay inbounds, obviously, and then from there you have a downhill carry over these rocks here, through some trees to the basket. And as you can see, the lane down to the basket, once you pass those rocks, is very tight. It's very much like the last course we played. So,
oh no!
And that is
big time mistake there. I mean, you should easily be sitting in bounds off the drive here.
Yeah, with how open it is. Yeah, going out of bounds here is not a common mistake. Just an early release from Rebecca, but Kristin's going to stay in bounds, and she's going to be in a really nice position for her second shot.
This can flex back out. she's asking for it.
Left.
That's in, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Should be kind of pinched off there for her up shot, but in bounds is what you're looking for.
Yeah, with the angle to the basket, Hailey might have to opt for a turnover shot there. And Sarah keeping it in bounds. This is Rebecca's second shot.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's so good.
That is so good. Just squeaks it through that gap with that slight turnover and puts it only about 10 feet from the basket.
This is looking good, too.
And Sarah's second shot, hopefully it got through all the trees there. We didn't quite get to see it finish.
Yeah, anywhere over those rocks is still a putt, luckily.
Yeah, yeah. And Kristin's going to be right there, right at the basket.
Yeah, pushing that OB line over there.
Hailey just barely catching that tree, so she's going to have a long downhill putt.
Oh, no.
No, sit down.
Oh,
and it does.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
She's like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, and just nicking the chain on the right or the left side. Kristin with a really nice birdie. That'll move her to 3 big. And now she's 2 strokes within Sarah.
This is crazy.
Going into these last 7 holes. This is such an exciting start to the back 9 here.
It really is. Yeah, and Kristin's putting just is so solid right now. You just don't think it's going to, start to turn for the worse. It's just looking super consistent. I'm basically banking on it to go in from basically like anywhere.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. All right, hole 12. This is a par 4. It is 630 feet, 192 meters. As you can see, there is a OB on this landing zone up to the basket. You ideally want to be on the left side to leave yourself with a little bit more wide of a gap towards the basket. The more left you are, the more hyzer you can put on the disc. So, that's really the play here. Just stay in bounds, ideally be on that left side, and leave yourself with the most ideal second shot that you can.
Yeah, this hole averaged 4.73, the 5th most difficult. And, yeah, that OB behind the basket gets real tight. And I think since most people's upshots are going to be, like, around the 300-foot mark, it gets really touchy.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we got some safe shot from the ladies so far. This is looking really nice from Hailey. She's going to be on that right side, so she might have to opt for a little bit more of a turnover line.
Yeah, maybe even a forehand.
And Sarah's just playing this one extra safe. She's got a really nice gap to the basket, though.
That's leaking.
Yeah, not quite getting the turnover that she wanted, but that is just fine.
Once again, just too low from Rebecca there.
Yeah. Rebecca's got her release point down pretty nicely. It's just the height that she needs to get down.
Kristin putting a good rip out there, keeping that right in the middle.
And Hailey
That's
got a little bit further up there than I thought she did, and that's a
crushed.
really nice shot. I thought she was a lot more right than she was, but she actually left herself with a really nice window, and she is basically parked for the birdie. And this is Rebecca. That's her 3rd shot, and she'll be tapping in for the par. This is Sarah's 3rd. And it looks like she'll be tapping in for par as well. And Kristin kind of fluffed the upshot a little bit. Leaves herself a little bit more room, but
of course.
Her putting's so good, it's not even a problem.
Yeah, 1 down for the round. She is really making a statement here.
Yeah. And Rebecca tapping in. Looks like everybody else tapped in as well. Hole 13, this is a par 3, 350 feet downhill. As you can see, you have the power lines coming into play. So, those don't really get in your head, but you can find that skinny power line.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you right now.
Next thing you know, you're dropping down. So really, you just want to keep this low, keep it nice and wide on the right side, and have it skip up to the basket. If you fade out too early, that is some real danger because there is a lot of trees to contend with downhill to the basket, and you most likely just have to lay up And Hailey, this looks like it's fading out too early.
Yeah, I say hyzering out early is probably the biggest mistake on this hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can really be in jail on that left side.
And Kristin is getting down there. Didn't quite get to see that one finish, but
Yeah, I don't think it's
that'll
quite
do.
up to the basket, but it's definitely on line towards it, so I think she's in really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hole averaged 3.45, the 8th most difficult.
And Rebecca gets over the crest of the hill, but still pretty low for what she
not by
wanted.
much, yeah.
Hopefully she didn't catch a skip, like way left into the woods.
Really good control there by Sarah. Not trying to do too much, just getting it back on that left side with the forehand, which is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
And Hailey's going to be putting through absolute jail. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough putt.
Yeah.
I assume Sarah's just going to be trying to lay this up. Yeah.
Yep, just laying it up. Yeah, and another huge shout out to the Disc Golf Pro Tour guys and Gatekeeper Media for getting us the footage of these rounds and also the drone footage from Gatekeeper. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah, wish we were there. Just a tad bit too far.
Yeah, right. About a couple thousand miles too far for us.
Yes, Hailey put a good run on that, just a little bit right, and went quite a bit past. She can't make the comebacker.
It was a good putt. I mean, pro side and everything, just didn't quite catch the chain right and spits out there.
Here we got Rebecca for, I believe, her par. Should be staying a 7 over par. Haley's like, can I go? I'm right here.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate triple bogey from Hailey. Definitely not what you want to see. Kristin taps in the par, though. Hole 14, this is a par 3, 305 feet. The basket is tucked in this bunch of trees here, so you can either play a safe shot hyzer to lay up right to the start of these trees here, or you can go big over the OB and try to get all the way there.
Yeah, this hole's like so short that the OB almost like doesn't even come into play, really.
Right.
This is actually the easiest hole in the course, averaging 2.64. So 0.36 under par, very gettable. Need to get it, especially if you're Sarah.
Yeah. And Rebecca is parking it. She'll be tapping in for the 2. Sarah, that's flexing back really nicely. Just barely hits that tree, but
that's right.
That is
that's
a putt.
what she wanted to do, yeah.
Yep.
And Hailey's got such great form, too.
Yeah. And she actually goes deep the basket, but luckily catches that tree there
Yeah,
at
that was
the
going to
end.
roll maybe towards the OB line down
Yeah.
there.
And she'll have a putt. Here is Kristin for her 2.
Dude,
Oh,
that was
wow.
looking so good, too.
Yeah, that was looking so good. Just barely caught that branch, and she'll be tapping in for par. Sarah is needing this one with Kristin only 2 back. This is a crucial putt for her going into these final 4 holes of the tournament.
Oh, dead center chains.
Yeah, really nice putt from Sarah. Moves her back to even, and she now regains a stroke on Kristin. She's got 4 strokes on Kristin, who is in second place going into these last 4 holes, which is ideal because that basically just means you have to par out.
Yeah.
I mean, a birdie would be nice, but a par out would be
Clutch.
or doable.
Yeah.
Like that's the doable win, you know. Rebecca with a nice birdie.
Yeah, she's playing really nice this back 9 here.
Yep. Hole 15. This is a par 3, 315 feet, 96 meters. This is one of the more tighter holes on this course.
Looks like
as
the
you can
last
see,
course.
right? As you can see, the fairway carries pretty dead straight for most of the way, and then just dog legs right towards the end. So a flip up to flat forehand really is the play here. The turnover is just so difficult because the angle control on this required for this shot is it requires so much touch. So the forehand is really the best play here.
Yeah, and like whenever you're facing like a tight gap like this, the forehand just seems a little bit easier to consistently make the gap. You know?
Exactly. And Sarah does just that. She's going to be about circle's edge for her too.
Yeah, this hole averaged 3.45, the 8th most difficult on the course. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hailey come up a little bit short. She will have a very difficult putt.
Yeah, I think she caught some branches there and kind of took a little bit off. Here's Kristin. That is needing to slide up, but gets a cut roll left and luckily doesn't roll too far left into the woods, so she should be able to lay up and take a 3 there.
Well, that's the problem with throwing those turnovers a little bit too low is those cut rolls are, very often happening. Mm-hmm. So getting the height right with the turnover shot is even more crucial than like with like a hyzer or just like a hyzer flip shot.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just be laying that up.
Yep.
Kind of surprised. I mean, you think that she, just give it a little bit of a run.
Where did Hailey just throw that?
What do you mean?
Okay. So the gap looked way smaller than on camera.
She went through the tree, actually. And Sarah with another birdie, just expanding that lead.
Yeah, she's now got 4 strokes on Kristin. I made a mistake last hole. She had 3, not 2 on Sarah. So Sarah is just expanding that lead and just giving herself a nice cushion going into these last 3 holes. Hailey makes good for the par, keeping herself at 14 big. And it looks like we got 2 tap-ins. Rebecca for bogey and Kristin for par. All right, hole 16. This is a par 4. It is 600 feet. 183 meters, and as you can see, it is just a dead straight shot, and if you go left or right, you are absolutely done for.
Yeah, these trees are so close together. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just throw something straight and land somewhere near this tee pad, and from there you have a nice little hyzer up to the basket. You do have to be careful of going long of the tee pad because there is OB right in front of that tee pad, so that is something you have to be careful of. Just throw it short of that tee pad, let it slide up near the tee pad, and then from there you have that easy hyzer. So Sarah looks like she's opting for that forehand.
What? A forehand?
No way. But that turns over nicely, and she is right there in this landing zone.
It's crazy how good she is with that forehand. I mean, she's definitely better than most men with that forehand. That's a fact.
Yeah. In regards to touchiness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, this hole averaged 4.23, the 12th most difficult on the course.
And Kristin is actually got a fortunate little rock kick towards more right side of the fairway, but she might have some awkward footing there from that lie.
Some room for her arm, too. Looks like she might be kind of pinched off there.
Yeah.
This is leaking a little bit left as well. Gets a fortunate kick.
She's going to be right there in the center of the fairway. Got a nice window up to the basket. That just needs to flex back.
That's looking good. A little bit short, probably about 40 short, but right on line. Sarah's getting a little bit more carry, it looks like. I think she might be all the way up there.
Yeah. Hailey is going for it as well, and she is going to be in that maybe circle's edge range.
Yeah.
Kristin lays up there. She'll be taking the 4.
Oh, that might be a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's in her range, but definitely a little bit short than what she wanted. Yeah.
Here is Sarah's third shot.
Man, I thought she got all the way up there for some reason.
Yeah, it almost looked like it. Just
Well,
a
she
little bit.
flexed it, so I just figured,
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that putt.
Really nice putt from Hailey.
Nothing to lose, just super confident. If it goes in, sweet. If it doesn't, oh well, it doesn't really matter.
Yep. And that'll move her to 13 big. Taking that birdie there. And Rebecca with a really nice par.
Yeah,
She will remain at 7 big.
1 under par on the round. That's really good for
really
her.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kristin taking par. Looks like we got Sarah taking a par as well. And she is just trucking towards this win. All right, hole 17. This is a par 3, 400 feet. This is just a massive hyzer. As long as you don't go too far left or end up throwing a disc that's too understable that flips over right, you'll most likely have a look. Because really, just throw something hard and on a hyzer line on that right side and stay in bounds. And
Haley's
these
getting a
ladies
little
will
more
have a look.
aggressive. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, she puts herself right inside the circle there.
About 300, 65-foot drive. We got Sarah pushing that left side with the forehand.
And that's a safe play. She'll just be laying up for the 3 there.
That's a lot of hyzer. Here we got Rebecca.
And this is looking like a really nice line.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Park job.
She got that to flip up flat on that right side and just kind of rode that hyzer line the rest of the way up to the basket. Really nice shot from Rebecca.
I thought that might have been going in. Not
yeah,
going to lie.
Yeah, just a little bit short.
Yeah. Right on line, though.
She'll be tapping it for the par. Haley's not happy with that.
Yeah, it's hard to commit to those downhill elevated basket putts.
Yeah, because
if you miss, you're guaranteed at least 15 feet.
Yeah,
going
there's
past.
so much that goes on in your head in those moments because you're just like, don't throw it too high or else you go B, or don't throw it too low. And
that flag is ripping back there. You see that?
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes you can't really find that middle ground to like hit the basket.
Yeah. Sarah doing what she needs to do with the par there. Here we got Rebecca.
Such a good birdie.
Yeah, that drive was pretty
Only
nuts.
birdie on the field. All right, hole 18. This is a par 4, finishing the tournament on a 655-foot, 200-meter hole. There is the OB road on the left side and then the OB stakes on the right side that you have to be wary of. So just kind of match the angle of the hill on the right side over the OB with something nice and stable to finish in bounds. That's ideally what you want here. And then from there, you have a forehand or a turnover shot leading up to the basket. Leading up to the basket on your second shot, there is a kind of a drop-off behind the basket.
Oh, yeah.
That comes into play. So you can, like, roll near the bounds.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, it's super hard to keep it in bounds off this drive, too, with the downhill slope, too. You know, it's just it's like easy for your disc to just get out of hand.
Yeah.
As you can see there.
Yep. And that's exactly why you have to keep it low there.
And this actually played the hardest hole out on the course, averaging 5.5, which I can definitely see it being an issue. That barely kicks back in bounds.
Yeah. Those cut rolls.
Dude, there's been so many cut rules that have saved their lives.
Yeah. Yep.
It seems like every single cut rule we've seen started out of bounds that just kicked back in bounds. And that looks like it's going OB.
Yeah, that was just a misfire from Sarah.
Yeah, at least she has a cushion.
Yeah, she's got a real nice cushion on this hole.
We got Kristin trying to finish strong. secure that second place spot.
And that looks a little high.
I think these are all going up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and once again, you really, when you're throwing downhill, you have to match the angle of the hill or just a little bit higher depending on where you're trying to land the disc. Because if you throw it high, that is, I mean, it just hyzers out so far on you.
Yeah. Guess Sarah throwing a nice shot, getting plenty of distance, keeping right in the middle of the fairway. Well done.
Yep. And that's going to be her shot for 4 from there. She'll just be most likely jump putting and tapping in the 5 for the win.
Hailey let that out way too high again. She knew it right off the bat and should be floating OB. That looks like it's going OB as well.
That is going out of bounds, and she's going to be on that right side, and that's going to be for 5.
Well, it makes sense that this hole, averaged 5.5.
Yeah. I mean, if Rebecca can stay in bounds and execute on
her upshot,
even just a bogey, she could get some strokes on Kristin here.
That's flirting too. Oh, no, the stake. I thought it was the wall, but it's really just the stake. That's OB.
Yep, and that's why it's so dangerous behind that basket with the drop off.
That seems odd to me. Why wouldn't you just make that in bounds
the wall
right there?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got Sarah with a pretty easy upshot, still leaving herself about 20 feet.
Yeah, that's a doable putt.
I mean, she could lay up 4 times and be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Kristin after the OB stroke, the double OB stroke. So that's going to be for her 5, and that will be her 6 from there. And Rebecca ended up safe. That was her 4th shot, and that's going to leave her for 5.
Yeah, it's hard to get the height on that.
Yeah. And Hailey, not too happy
there
really with her last 2 rounds.
The celebratory layup. That's got to be a good feeling.
Right. You can just throw it
zero
next to the
pressure
basket
at all.
for your 4th stroke.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Hailey with a really unfortunate triple bogey to finish off the tournament. Rebecca, this is going to be...
I don't even know.
For her bogey.
Okay.
Or double bogey, yeah. Moving her to 8 big. Sarah taking a double bogey, but nothing to worry about. And here we have Sarah Hokm playing super solid golf all tournament. Really not taking too many bogeys, and that's really what put her out on top.
That's awesome. Yeah, just a really well done all round. Forehand game was just incredible. And yeah, I see a lot more victories coming her way.
Yep. Well, that's going to conclude our coverage of the 2019 Green Mountain Championships. Once again, shout out to Disc Golf Pro Tour and Gatekeeper Media for providing the footage and drone footage of the holes for us. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Congrats to Sarah Hokm once again for taking that win. Kristin Tattar taking the outright 2nd place. Rebecca Cox taking 3rd. And then Paige Pierce squeaking in the 4th place finish. So really solid golf from these ladies. And we look forward to covering more tournaments for you guys.
Yeah, if you guys want to go grab one of those GK Pro stamped discs, just go to gkprodisc.com. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys for the next tournament.